Hi, so this is my first video. I'm really not sure what I'm doing. Technology is quite strange for me. I've really got into junk journaling, and I'd love to say thank you to all the people that I follow. There will be some people below that I will follow, so you could see. But I have got lots of different ideas from lots of different people. But I am also a very creative person. And I've been working in art for forever and ever, and I take some of that to my work and after school club, and we do lots of art there, and I try and use different methods with them and encourage their creativity, and it's really going ahead and it's brilliant at the moment. The children are really coming out of their comfort zone. And in other ways, they've also taught me to come out of my comfort zone as well. I've become more and more disabled, I suppose, as I've got a little bit older. Certain things have started going wrong with my body, and I can't do so much fine details with my fingers. I used to love sewing, so I found that this has been a really good way to keep myself creative, whilst I don't need quite as much movement with my hands. I also have a dehydration issue, which means you might hear me drinking a lot and swallowing, and this is where my mouth becomes too dry for me, because obviously I'm speaking. But I'm going to try and be as quiet as possible after these videos for those reasons. But I think people really enjoy the sound and the solitude. So yeah, so welcome to my first video, and I really hope you find something that you might enjoy, might get out of it. But anyway, there you go. So these are whenever I do something creative, I always try and protect my table, which is a bit funny because there's still lots of paintwork over it. It's just a very old beaten up table, which I love because there's so much family history with it. But obviously I still try and protect it. But I use a piece of packaging paper, and then when that gets too rubbishy, I throw it away. Anyway, I decided not to throw that away. I thought I might try and make I don't know whether a year long would work or 6 months or 3 months. Anyway, I have a piece of packaging paper that I've been using for 6 months, so I think that's probably the limit. And there's bits and pieces I've added, so I haven't done anything to this apart from put one black stencil down to it, on top of it, just to kind of give it a more cohesive nature to the whole pieces. And this is how they've turned out. And I think today, actually I know today I'm going to turn them into tags, using obviously all the F-cuts of pieces, because these are great. This side is great. This side, I know people use them, but I'm not that keen on it. I might now and again use bar labels. This one again, I probably would keep that, but not this side. So yeah, there's lots of I try and reuse as much as possible, obviously, because it's working in a school. It's really good to try and encourage people to think outside of their box, but also to try and keep costs as minimum as possible. So yeah, here we go. So I think for these two, I keep those as background papers. And this one I might keep for either belly bands or strips, but that still leaves me quite a lot of things to do with this. Although there doesn't seem to be quite so much stenciling on these little pieces. That's fine. I don't mind so much. So I'm going to see what I can create out of these pieces of what people might consider rubbish. So it goes. wrong scissors. As always, I pick up the wrong thing. So that would be something I'd keep, and I'd keep this bit here because it's quite fun. Okay, so I've now glued them down and dried them. So I'm going to turn these into labels. I tend to like that one being a bit wrinkly. Not the best at this. Let's eyeball it. And then I get it back to front. Because that would be my dyslexic head. Is it that way? No. Opposite, isn't it? Oh, that. Every time, I swear. Do it really sort of look that way, sort of. What have I done there? And that one I made a mistake and glued it on the wrong side, so I had to put some more card in there, so it's a bit thicker than the other ones, but there we go. Okay, so that's the basics. Let's get this bit out of the way. Oh, I don't know, because I quite like the blue at the bottom. I've got a sticky bit there that I need to let it dry and then I can pick it off. Okay. Gone off. And then of course I love my Winky Wonky scissors. I like that one. That looks like a cherry tree. Okay, so that's those bits. See some nice things developing. I like that one as well. I love, because, you know, obviously I've made all these. So this red was when I was painting a giant cardboard box for work, so that they could post letters to Santa, because they hadn't got the Santa post box. So we couldn't do without that. And now I've got some of these magazine cut out pieces that could go on top, which I think some I could fussy cut and some are just some nice words that I like. Neither despise nor fear. Yeah, some are really nice. Okay, so I've got that, and then I've got this, I think these are the ones that are going to tie it all together. I think this colour, I think kind of goes with most of those. I do. So yeah, I'll give that a go. And see how I get on from there. I'm just going to go back and create these. So I'm going to continue on like that all the way through. Okay, so now I've done all of these and I'm quite happy with them. I'm just going to ink the edges up now. I don't know what other people use. I think some people use like a stippling brush. I'm not too sure about that, but I haven't got one, so I just literally stamp the edges around. So I'm going to do that, and then I think some of them I might put a little flower on it maybe. I've got some gold marker pens that I will put on them to colour them in, and then I'm going to perhaps add some of these lovely scraps of fabric. This is the edges here, and you can see I think they all go quite well. Got some hot pink there. I'm not sure about that one. I don't know whether I'll go, but I'm going to have a go and see how that turns out. I'm just going to do this one first. So I don't think it works as well as a, I'm going to call it a dabber, a stippling brush. It doesn't work quite so well, but the thought's there. It does give it a little bit. So let me see how that looks with, where did I put it? There it is. One of these little things. So I think I might put that one maybe there. Can't really see it very well. Just about. Let's see how it looks with a bit of gold. I'd like to see how this looks with gold, maybe crosses down it, like pretend stitches. I don't know if it's going to rip that way. Oh, it does. No. Oh, it's a shame because I do like that kind of rougher edge to it. Maybe if I do it just a little bit slowly at a time. Just have to be very slow with it instead of quick ripping. Okay, I can need probably about half of that. Now I always like to go in the front with the loop. Don't know why, it's just my preference. Okay, I don't think that's too bad for a... It's fairly basic for me actually. I think you should do a lot more collaging on mine. So I'm going to finish the rest off and then I'll get back. So there you go, I've nearly finished. I'm just... this I think was a tie from an old t-shirt, I think, that had fallen apart, but the colour's quite nice. So. That's the last ones. So yeah, I'm done. So that one I quite liked on its own. I don't know how this turned out, but it's like a yeah, that one's like a little tree, but that was quite a plain one really. That one was with some leftover, there's actually some stickers still left, so when you've used the stick as the background, but I quite like the grungy look of it. I thought that one. So yeah, I think this one might be my favourite. It's still got quite a bit of my print behind it. But I always try and use, if I'm going to create something out of lots of different pieces, I always try and stick with a colour that will go all the way through, just to bring it all together. So yeah, that's it. You can put these obviously in your tuck journals, tuck spots, attach them to cards, you can put them on a card. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.